Okay, so, first video ever. Just putting that out there. That way, when you put out your comments, be constructive, be destructive, whatever you want to do, fine. So, got that out of the way. So, I'm going to try starting with A Dark Knight Rises. Now, I liked this movie, mostly because when I go to any movie, I go with a clean slate with a couple basics. And my basics were, I want to see some action. I want to see some Batman gadgets. I want to see Alfred doing his usual emotional, trying to pull him back into the right way to do things, which in this one was difficult because by then Batman kind of already knew where he was going, what he was going to do, and kind of set in that way. But it was still good to see. And I did want some resolution, which out of all the things that I went wanting, that was kind of hit or miss because it did hit on, okay, so it kind of left it resolved in some manner, saying, okay, so he saved the people of Gotham, he probably should just be done and settle and move on, as everyone was telling him to do. And then if I was a little more familiar with the comic book lore of that storyline, it probably would make a little more sense. But and also to those who know the comic book storyline of that area that he followed, would know where it was left off and what's going to come after. So maybe there's some there. But other than that, there probably were some things that needed to be further explained. There were some moments going through it when I'm just kind of like, oh, okay, so he's in the prison, okay, and wait, that's how that's going, okay, and how long went by when he was in the prison? 'Cause I think it was a couple months, but I just kind of passed by saying, oh, he was in there a while, and mayhem in Gotham, and martial law run by criminals, whatever, however you want to pull it. It's yeah, there's something I had to catch up to. And but one thing I liked all the characters. So you have Batman, he's his usual need a throat lozenge self. Of course, that's something that we all just are counting on and make fun of, which maybe they're saying, oh, whatever, well, that's how we have it, so just keep doing it, so whatever. Bane, much better than the last time I saw the Bane character. Yeah, that was interesting. But it was nice to have some backstory, where he came from, what his purpose was, which some might not think there was that great of a purpose, but no, he had it. He was continuing on, and he had a reason for what he was doing, although some of it was just some of the story was just drawn out with just dialogue saying, well, what happened? This happened. And where'd this come from? Oh, here. And oh, where am I? Oh, you're in prison. Blah, blah, blah. And only worse than prison escape. Blah, blah, blah. And just went on. So, yeah, there was some that wasn't that enjoyable. But, just waiting to get to the next part. Now, if I were to compare it to The Dark Knight, which was my favorite in this, Dark Knight was my favorite because you have the Joker, great performance there. You have a movie that was further on from the first one, a continuation but still separate, and just everything involved was just enjoyable for me. So this one felt more like the first one. And so being separated so far, it did feel kind of weird, but I still enjoyed it. And there were, I don't know, I mean, there was a little twist at the end, and it was pretty good. But I knew a little bit of the characters, so I kind of saw that one coming. But I just waited to see how it was going to play out, and it was okay. Nothing that I was kind of like, oh, wow, okay. No, I didn't really do that. I just went, oh, gotcha. All right. So this is what's happened. And as far as other characters, Gordon, Gary Oldman, love him. I like anything that he does. And Gordon was just mostly playing the character of regret because of all the stuff that happened in the second one, of just trying to preserve Dent's image, and oh, we can blame this on Batman, we can do that, no problem. And there was a conversation between him and Blake about, why'd you do that, and saying, oh no, I'm not justified, but you try doing what I did, in the same situation. So no, it was still something. Had a little emotion there, and that was okay. And throwing in Blake a little bit with having Blake / Robin without actually having Robin in the movie, so did a good job there. Yeah. If I were to look at who would like it, if you can go with pretty much a clean slate and want the basics, like I want some action, I want some Batman gadgets, I want some details, just find some way of finishing it. If you can simplify your expectations, I think you will enjoy this. Now, if you go based off all the hype and saying, oh, well, Batman Begins, good, Dark Knight, great, this must be awesome, and just put everything all together and make you satisfied, you probably will be disappointed. I know several people who were disappointed because of everything that was just waiting for. Everything that was waited for wasn't necessarily all fulfilled. So, but I enjoyed it just because I'm me. So that's how it goes. So, feel free, give your own input. This is just a test run, first video ever, so have at it, give criticism, destruction, construction, whatever you might want to do.